Welcome back to Exquisitely Aligned. You may be on your path to having it all. The house, family, money, and maybe even world travel. When suddenly something shatters your ideal world. It shifts your perspective. You're grateful for all that you've achieved and all that you have. Yet you realize or maybe even decide having it all isn't all that. It may leave you feeling unhappy, unsatisfied, or unfulfilled. You're left wanting something even more fulfilling, but you can't quite put it into words. Others, they just don't get it. They try to pacify you. And that may leave you feeling uneasy. I get it. I've stood in your shoes. Hi, I'm Gina, your life artist. Today, we're going to discuss the art of creating beauty as a daydream believer. It will keep your mind healthy and functioning optimally. Daydreaming is another way to bring beauty into your life, which is a great blessing in our overly busy and scheduled world. Beauty is deep with far-reaching rewards. I desire beauty in every facet of my life, and I believe you deserve beauty in every facet of yours. That's why I decided to create a series on the art of creating beauty. In the past 2 episodes, we covered living spaces and your self-expression, your image. Today, I want to dive deep into daydreaming. It is often overlooked, not given the proper importance, not given the proper credit for its rewards, not given a second thought. So today I want to shine a bright light on what this could mean to you and for you, how it creates beauty and its healing benefits. But first, let me ask you, what is your definition of beauty? I'm going to quickly recap my definition of beauty. You and I may not see and experience beauty differently. And that's okay. It's normal. It's only natural for us to have different tastes, right? And I believe that's a good thing. What I don't believe is that beauty is superficial. We've discussed this in the prior episodes, so this won't take much, but I want to recap quickly. For me, beauty is something we experience in nature, and nature has been proven to help people who suffer with depression, ADD, just to name a couple of things. Nature heals all of us in different ways, shapes, and forms. That natural beauty of nature, it's so important. It inspires us. It empowers us to go about our day with a smile on our face. It fuels us to be our finest selves. For me, beauty is super fuel. It's imperative that we always surround ourselves in beauty. You deserve it. And I believe maybe you secretly desire it. Okay, maybe you're like me and it's not really a secret at all. You know you desire beauty. You simply are ready to experience more. That's why I want to share this practice with you, so you can surround your mind in beauty. I don't know about you, but I have lived an imperfect life intimately over and over again. That now maybe I'm going to be the poster child for how to show up with all your imperfections. And I hope when we do show up, we do it with a smile on our face. Daydreaming has helped me do this even in the worst of times. So let's begin. Some describe daydreaming as the natural state of the undistracted conscious mind. And for the most part, it's gotten a bad rap. You certainly don't want to be caught daydreaming. I get it. But let me share some amazing benefits with you. Some years ago, I was preparing to share these same benefits with the hopes to inspire the group of women I was leading. I was hoping to win them over to becoming a daydream believer. One of those beautiful souls quickly said, "As a child, I used to daydream often. I loved it," she went on. "But my mother would punish me for it," she said. There I was, speechless. So I remained silent. Then she said, "My mother is now suffering with Alzheimer's." And there it was. Mom now has Alzheimer's. You see, this beautiful soul had no idea what I was about to share with the group. So I started to list 5 healthy benefits like I'm going to share with you today. What about you? Were you encouraged to daydream as a child or discouraged? What about now? Do you spend time daydreaming? Do you give yourself permission? I'm hoping to make you a daydream believer if you aren't already. And if you are, I'm hoping to encourage you to schedule it into your calendar, into your week. I am that serious about daydreaming. Did you know that studies show that daydreaming boosts your memory, empathy, creativity, problem solving, and focus? Let me say them again. Memory. What do you think about that? Would you agree boosting your memory is priceless? I feel it is. Empathy. When I think of empathy, I think of how it can improve our relationships. Creativity. Again, something that is often not given enough credit or praise unless you are in a creative industry. But I get it, and I'll explain why shortly. How about problem solving? Have you ever tried to help a child with their homework? A child who's becoming more and more frustrated? A little help problem solving in our house is always welcome. And focus. Focus is something many people struggle with daily. Think about how these things separately and together can enhance your life and your loved one's life. This is a powerful and worthwhile free form of expression using your mind and allowing yourself to receive all of its beautiful blessings. Now think about the impact this could have if more people would partake. It's often proven we spend our resources, time, money, and energy on what we value. I'm hoping to sell you today on the value of daydreaming and how quickly you can do this so you will create time to practice and enrich your life and your mind. I believe a happy mind, a healthy mind, and a peaceful mind is a beautiful thing. It helps us live a richer, more meaningful life. It assists us in being who we were born to be. It allows us to truly and fully express ourselves, our desires, our truths. You get it? So let's continue. I know I get excited about this stuff. Let me explain each benefit a little bit deeper, starting with boosting your memory. A study published in Psychological Science showed a wandering mind correlates with higher degrees of a working memory. Do you see the irony? The mom who punished her daughter for daydreaming, who saw no value in allowing her child to let her mind wander, that mother has lost her working memory. Imagine how life could have been so different if that same mother joined her daughter in daydreaming. We have to learn from our children sometimes. Think of how many people are taking ginkgo or other memory boosting supplements and prescriptions. There is an entire industry of products and supplements and courses and games to help us boost our memory. This is big business. I found stats from 2020 published by the U.S. National Library of Medicine claiming that nearly 75% of U.S. adult population takes supplements to improve brain health, energy, and performance. 75% of U.S. adults. Are you one of them? And I wonder, is that because we're not daydreaming? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. How fun would it be for a doctor to write a script that says daydream for 10 to 15 minutes daily? Sure, I know that's not going to happen, but I certainly want to highly encourage you to start daydreaming or keep daydreaming. Have fun with this. Invite your kids or your grandkids to join you, or a friend, a loved one. And maybe you can skip your ginkgo next month. Let's keep going. Next, we have empathy. I love empathy. They have also proven that when you daydream, you are more likely to be able to connect and empathize with others. I love this one in particular because I think as a society full of devices like cell phones, tablets, computer games for the kids, we become more likely to lose that ability. Let's take texting. We remove voice intonation. We don't know if the person is smiling or if they're annoyed. And this can move us away from feeling empathy for them. So, daydreaming. It's also touted for expanding our creativity. It's been said that when we stop drilling down on a complex problem and instead allow our mind to wander, we are more likely to arrive at creative solutions. That's powerful. I'm guessing there's been a time or two in your life when you were so focused and so close to an issue that you felt stuck. You couldn't find your way out. It happens to me. It happens to me especially when I'm writing for Exquisitely Aligned. I think I need to hire somebody. I start panicking. But the reality is, I need to step away from my desk, sit outside, in the sun, of course, because I think I'm solar powered, and daydream. And when I do, I get my answers. Letting my mind wander, I see what happens and notice what appears. It really does work. I think about this, how this could apply in your life. Are you called to be creative? Maybe in your career, advertising, design, marketing, writing songs, writing books, the list goes on. What about a team? If you have a team beneath you, staff, you are always called to be creative. If you have a child, or maybe you're a teacher, maybe you own a daycare, you always have to be creative because as a parent or a manager, you must find ways to motivate people or the little people. And the only way I know how to continually motivate people is to be creative. So schedule time to daydream. How about problem solving? Sure, some people think daydreaming is a mini escape, but the truth is those stray thoughts revitalize us. Try this the next time you are trying to problem solve, one that seems impossible. Take time out to daydream. You will find that you return refreshed and with a fresh new perspective. When you create the space to let your mind wander, you free yourself to receive insights. Try this new way of problem solving and never be stumped again. Focus. It's been documented that when using daydreaming to visualize your goals, you will gain the focus you need to move through those steps to achieving your goal, and it'll probably quicken the pace. So let me recap those 5 healthy benefits, and please understand these are the 5 that I chose. There are plenty more. You can Google it, do your research. Daydreaming boosts your memory, empathy, boosts your creativity, your problem-solving ability, and your focus. Can you see and feel how delightful daydreaming can enhance your life? Sure, you might want to give daydreaming a second thought. Children are the best. So if you have the pleasure of being with kids, ask them what they think. What do they love about daydreaming? Ask them many questions. They're open books. They love sharing these things. Who knows? You'll probably get better advice than what I'm about to share with you. If you've forgotten how to daydream and don't have any kids handy, let me share a few ideas on how to get started or restarted if that's the case. For me, it's always about creating ambiance. That's where I like to start. Find a place that feels right, that speaks to you, a room or maybe a portion of a room, a chair, maybe it's lying back in a lounge chair, lying on your bed. I like to venture outdoors when I can. Maybe you add some music, possibly a candle, incense. You get the picture, whatever it might be. Maybe it's a warm, cuddly blanket. And if you're apprehensive, set a timer. Maybe it's 1 to 3 minutes. These little short stints, they're easy to handle. And then as you become more relaxed, you can spend more time. Skip the timer. And understand, you can do this right there at your desk. It doesn't have to involve you physically moving away from what you're doing. Unless it's like me when I'm writing and I need to remove myself, to allow myself that extra breathing room, if you will. This is your time. Use it how you wish and allow your unconscious to become a child again. Let it free flow. Notice what appears, but make sure you're not judging yourself or attaching anything to it, simply as if you're watching and enjoying. I like to keep or recommend a notepad and pen, or even your cell phone, your notepad there. It's amazing what things you might learn while you're daydreaming, what ideas might pop up. And you may want to jot them down. Remember, this is not a chore. It's simply a way to allow your mind to free flow and enhance its function and strengthen its abilities. Remember, boosting your memory, your empathy, your creativity. Let's see, what else do we have? Problem solving and focus. I realize some of this information may be news to you, and possibly it might feel wrong, go against your beliefs. You might think it feels counterintuitive, right? How could letting my mind wander create focus? But it does. How could letting my mind wander help my memory? It doesn't seem real, but it does. Daydreaming allows your mind to free flow, creating beauty and healing and strength. In our mental health, for our relationships, our goals, how we appear in the world, even when our life may be imperfect. The art of daydreaming, it's a powerful gift because it allows you to cross time, even get a glimpse into the future if that's what you're looking for. As you begin to daydream, you immediately form a vibration that energetically matches what you would like to create in your future. And when this happens, anything is possible and probable. So I want to know, have I convinced you to be a daydream believer? Until next time, enrich your mind daydreaming and be even more exquisite.